nerds, what's up? Today I'm bringing a fun and light-hearted Sanderson video, mostly to celebrate some exciting news, which is that, yes, I got to be a part of Brandon Sanderson's new book club project for Secret Project number 1, Tress of the Emerald Sea. It was a super fun and great experience talking to other Sanderson fans and content creators about Tress of the Emerald Sea. So please support those videos, come and chat about your favorite parts of Tress, or maybe read along if you haven't started yet with the book club. And I will be in the comments of those videos discussing Tress and commenting to all your comments. So please go support them. It was a great time and I love Tress. So I hope that you enjoy those videos as well. As far as today, we are talking about 10 of my unpopular Brandon Sanderson opinions. I can't wait to hear yours in the comments. Let's get into it. I'll start with number 1, which a lot of you who follow me for a while already know, but Warbreaker is my favorite Brandon Sanderson novel. I know there's some of you who feel the same because you always tell me in my ranking video, you're like, me too. But I do find that Warbreaker being the favorite novel is a very unpopular opinion. I can't help it. I love it. I love every plot point in that book, the character development, the character growth. It's my favorite, and I feel like it's gonna be pretty hard to unseat, even though there are others that have come very close. The funny thing about me loving Warbreaker so much is that it has a lot of tropes I usually complain about, things I usually don't like. So it's kind of the book that proves that anything can be done well, I guess. Number 2, Sanderson could never go heavier or different on romance, and I would be perfectly happy. I know there's a lot of jokes about Sanderson's romance and how people wish it was either more, I guess, maybe slightly more explicit, or, you know, whatever. I love it just how it is. Romance is usually my least favorite part of every novel, so I love that they are very mild in Sanderson novels. We don't get a lot of focus on it. That's how I like it. If you've been on my channel for a long time, you will already know number 3, but it's kind of a video that didn't get a lot of views, so it might be news, but I hate the sound of the name Spensa. I hate it. I have no reasonable way to explain why I hate it. I just wish it were Spencer, just Spensa. Just the way it sounds in my head upsets me. I love Skyward. I love that series. Can't stand the main character's name. Number 4, I don't think Stormlight should be animated. There, I said it. If Stormlight gets adapted, I don't want an animated adaptation. I do recognize the difficulties with adapting Stormlight. I would definitely want it to be a TV show and not a movie. But ultimately, I am perfectly happy with Stormlight in book form, and I think there are other Sandersons that are way better lent to adaptations, like Mistborn, obviously, both Era 1 and Era 2, and Atlantis. And I'd rather see those and have Stormlight just not adapted rather than an animated adaptation. The next one, Wayne and Lift are mid-tier characters for me. It's funny because I put Wayne mid-tier a while ago, and someone commented and was like, yeah, but I bet your Wayne ranking changed after the Lost Medal. And it was like, nope, I feel the same. I don't dislike Wayne and I don't dislike Lith. I'm definitely not on like the hate train for those characters. They're just completely average to me. I don't feel super connected to them. I'm sorry. The next one, I love every single science-y thing from Rhythm of War. This one's probably less unpopular and more just like 50-50 split down the middle in the fandom as far as I can tell. There are people like me who just, Rhythm of War is our jam, you know? It's like 2 science nerds in a room doing the science. I loved it. A lot of people don't. I will always defend my dear love Rhythm of War. I love that novel. I don't know what number we're on anymore. Maybe 7? I'm not that committed to a Cosmere reading order. You know, that's one video I don't have, which is like, which order should you read the Cosmere in? Which partly is because a lot of other people have done that video, but also just because I don't think it matters that much. That's a very unpopular opinion. I think Sanderson's books are written to stand alone within series, and I believe that they do. Of course, if you read them in a certain order, you will see reveals in different books. Like, yes, if you read Stormlight Archive before Warbreaker, there are some things in there that might not make full sense, you don't have the full backstory for, but I just don't really think it matters all that much. It will be a different experience, but I think they stand alone. Even things like Tress and Era 2, which have a lot of Cosmere crossover, I don't think you need to know it. I do have some evidence for this. It's not a lot. I mean, I just, from people I see talking about it, but even from my own dad, who I think has read Era 1, maybe Warbreaker, then read Tress, and now read Era 2, but did it over like 5 years. And he admitted to me, he's like, I don't remember anything that happened in Era 1. I don't. He loved Tress. It was one of his favorites. He's like, oh, I didn't even know there was a crossover. He read it and just didn't even question it. And I think as deep Cosmere fans, sometimes we over worry about the Cosmere connections. Look, if someone becomes obsessed with Sanderson, they're probably gonna reread the books and catch those all in a second read anyway. So I say, let people read it the way they want to. I will never convert to saying Yasna. Jasna for life. Sorry, not sorry. No further comment. This one I've left towards the very end in hopes that most people have clicked off this video by now, because this is my true, deep, unpopular opinion, and that's that I don't love Michael Kramer reading the audiobooks that much. Now, let's be clear, I am not an audiobook listener. I don't really love audiobooks. It's my least favorite format to consume a book. I'm just not good at listening to things, so I consume very few audiobooks. But even in that time, I have found that I much prefer very neutral toned audiobook narrators, like with barely any expression, which I already know is very unpopular. And 2, I don't think I've ever read an audiobook that I felt improved my experience except a single one. Now, in fairness, I have only listened to Era 2 on audiobook. I did that to prepare for The Lost Metal coming out, and I didn't really have time to sit down and read those, so I thought, oh, I'll give them a listen. Everyone loves Michael Kramer. I'll finally get to experience it. It was tough for me, y'all. I struggled listening. It got better over time. I got used to it, but I would definitely not experience like I'm dying to go get. You guys can tell me if Stormlight is so much better, but that's my unpopular opinion, and I know it's unpopular because everything I see is how obsessed everyone is with Michael Kramer and Kate reading these books, so I'm sorry. And finally, the last one is actually one I don't know how unpopular it is, but I don't love comparing the Cosmere to the MCU. And there's a specific reason. It's because I think most people use that as a weapon against Sanderson books. I don't think they mean it earnestly. I don't think they mean like, it's this really great, amazing, interconnected story. I think they're trying to cheapen Sanderson's work, like they're only popcorn entertainment and don't have any value outside of that. And that annoys me. I think some people do say it earnestly, just like they love the interconnectedness, but it's one thing I wish we'd move away from, because I think it makes it sound like people are trying to say there's not deep character moments, deep introspection, and clearly they haven't read the Stormlight Archive. So I will never use that comparison personally. Okay, drop down in the comments below and tell me your Sanderson unpopular opinions, or which one of these unpopular opinions is causing you to unsubscribe for me. I want to discuss it. Also, make sure you check out Brandon's book club videos over on Brandon Sanderson's channel. Come chat with me in those comments. They're going to be released every Thursday in the month of March, so I hope to see you there. As always, if you like these kind of videos, please like and subscribe. That is the best way to support me. And if you want to see what I'm currently reading, as well as other nerdy rants, you can check me out on Instagram at bookborn.reviews. I'll see you next time. Bye.